Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to another exciting word for the day. All right, a wise teacher makes learning fun, so maybe I could start this off with maybe a fun voice or something, because I have a lot of different voices that I could do. If you know me outside of YouTube, you know I could be a real character and make people laugh. So, I don't know, man. Something funny, a funny voice.
Word for the day. Yeah. Oh boy.
So there you go. I should have you just rolling. Word for the day and Daffy Duck.
Okay, boys, let's do word for the day. This will be so awesome.
I made myself laugh. I don't know. They say a wise teacher makes learning fun, and they teach you in public speaking to start out with a joke, do something funny. But anyways, this is a very interesting topic today. It's going to cut to the chase really quickly. Basically, I started out just reading the book of Job a little bit, and you know Job's story. He was really rich. He had a lot of physical possessions, a lot, and he basically he lost everything. But in the beginning of the book, we learn about his heart. It says that his sons and daughters got together on their birthdays and they had feasts and they partied. And then he would think maybe they sinned against their heart. They sinned against God in their heart. So after those feasts, he would go and offer sacrifices and he'd pray for them. He'd intercede. So you can see right from the beginning, it said he feared God. So not only was he a rich person, but he was one that honored God. And we know Christ said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle and it is for a rich man to enter heaven. So this just shows Job was very, very in tune with God and that he loved God and he knew all his possessions and everything came from God. And although he had material possessions, he still kept that balance of respecting and knowing it came from God. And then after that, I flipped over to the book of Proverbs. And it says in the book of Proverbs, poor is he who works with a negligent hand, idle hand. This is the Amplified version. But the hand of the diligent makes him rich. So these are what you call antithetical proverbs. They have an antithesis, like one says one thing, the other one says the opposite of that. So poor is he who works with a negligent or idle hand, but the hand of the diligent, opposite of negligent, makes one rich. And I got some examples of that. We know Thomas Edison, he did thousands of attempts at the light bulb. You know Bill Gates, he read entire encyclopedias. He worked hard at school. He worked hard at his program. Good morning, Liam. Good morning, buddy. I'll give you a big hug. I love you, dude. How are you today? I love you, man. Good morning, little guy. I love you, dude. Wow, yeah, look at that. So, and then Steve Jobs, we know he worked really, really hard too. Okay, so I'll just wrap this quick little verse up. The next one goes right into the same thing. It says, he who gathers during summer is wise son, but he who gathers during summer is a wise son. And then, but you look at the other one, he who gathers crops in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps during harvest is a disgraceful son. So what does all this have? It has the sole thing is take advantage of your opportunities and work hard. In America, we have a theme that if you work hard, you can get the house, you can get the picket fence, the 2 cars, and you can prosper. And that's how our society is set up, and it's worked for millions and millions and millions of people. So the Bible points that out too. It says if you're diligent in your work, if you work hard, you'll do good. But the person who sleeps during harvest is a disgrace, and that means they're not taking advantage of the opportunities they have. So I just encourage you, take advantage of your opportunities, but also there's another type of blessing. It's the blessing that God's favor is on you. We know that Balaam was told to go out and curse the children of Israel. Go curse these people, because this king got really afraid. He's like, these people are on their way and they've laid waste to every nation before them, and I don't want them coming here taking my land, so can you please go up and go curse them? We're gonna give you a bunch of money to do it. Of course, Balaam's name goes down in infamy in the Bible because he was willing to take money to curse God's people, and we know that's a huge no-no. Always put God first, never money first. But long story short, he gets up there and he's paid to prophesy. And when he prophesies, he says, I see your tent spread out like dew, and you're going to prosper and you're going to do well. So what was the blessing? It was God's presence on them, God's will to bless them and make them prosper. And we also know Jacob, that all the sheep that were born were given to him when he went and worked enslaved basically for his uncle Laban. It's because God had purpose for him to do well. All right? So, Leon, is that nice? Okay, there you go, buddy. Okay, so let me just wrap this up really quick. I'll just give you the main key points. The main key point is if you work hard, you'll prosper and do well. If you're slack in your work, that leads to poverty. But there's another type of thing or way to prosper, and that's seek God's blessing. Let's just be a person of integrity, honor him, do the right thing. And then above all things, we know where to seek God's presence in him more than material possessions. Because Jesus said, don't work so hard to lay up treasure here on earth where moths and rust cause it to decay, where thieves break in and steal. But lay your treasures up in heaven where thieves can't break in and steal, where it'll never rust, never corrupt. So that's the wise person who's thinking really long term, you know? So that's basically the word for the day. I'm going to take care of my little buddy here. I'll talk to you later. I hope you had a good time. I hope you get a lot from this word. Take care. Bye.